There have been such an amazing lot of people who have looked at my post on 5 or 6 more tips for aging. So today I'm going to do another 5 tips. Again, they may not be the best tips, but these are the ones I'll talk about today. So here come my 5 tips. And the number one I've got written down is be open to new things. We've lived all our lives, whether it's 60 or 70 or 80 or beyond 90 years, believing in certain things and thinking certain ways. But I think one of the ways that we can perhaps stay young in our minds is to be open to change, to be open to new ideas, to perhaps listen to the young more, because they have got completely different ways of looking at things than we have. They've been exposed to so much more with all the social media, and they've learnt all sorts of things that we never did. So I think that's I like that one, be open to new things. And I sent a connection to a video that's going to be on the internet to one of my daughters this morning. And she said, we're always looking, aren't we? And that's true. We are always looking for something new. And I find that helps me a lot. Another one, sit out in the sun before it either gets too hot, or if it's too cold, put layers of clothes on. Billy Connolly said there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes. So just get out in the sun, out in nature. You'll get vitamin D, which we all need for our healing and our health, and also being in nature. We can find a little pocket of sunshine somewhere. We don't always have a garden. Sometimes it's a flat, but perhaps there's a park close by. But just try and get out in nature as often as you can. I am lucky here because we have the park behind us. And that's, it's so easy, really. But yeah, get out and get some vitamin D as much as you can. I certainly won't be sitting out here in the hot sun. I don't like the heat. I don't like the really cold either, so I just like it just right. And another one, we've all spent our lives being independent, and there comes a time when we have to ask for help. And it is a really hard thing to put yourself out there and say, can you help me? So you can see it's something that I find hard. But you just have to get over it. If you need help, ask for it. And then be gracious in accepting it. That's also important, that people do things for us. Oh, a butterfly just flew past me. People do help us, and sometimes it's just hard. So just be open about asking for help when you need it. Don't be shy. Don't get emotional like I just did, because we all age at different rates, and some of us need help earlier than others. Really think that is important. Really do. And I think this is number 3. I get muddled up. There comes a time when physically you cannot do things. So find something different to do. And I read about Grandma Moses. I've always heard about Grandma Moses, who was an artist, but she didn't start until she was in her late 70s. She'd worked really hard all her life. She'd been a widow for some time. She'd made homemade butter, which sounds strange, but she made heaps of it and sold a lot, and it was very popular. Anyway, then she stopped doing that, and she was bored. So she started doing embroidery. But then it was too hard for her hands. They were very arthritic by that stage. So someone suggested, I think it was her daughter, suggested that she paint. Well, so she started, I'm reading this at the same time. So from 79 years old, between 79 and 80, she was painting prolifically and selling them later into her 90s. She literally painted until a few months before she died at 101. So you see, it's not too late to start something. I started this channel about 4 months ago, and I'm so blessed to have received so many subscribers. I'm just so thrilled every single one that happens. I'm so grateful. So yeah, don't be afraid to start something new, and there'll be something that you can do. There will be something you can do, and you can look up YouTube how to do things. You can go get library books out. There's so much help that's available for us to start something new, or even look out for something new. Like me with my knitting group, I really didn't have any groups here, and it was quite a big thing for me to go and join the knitting group with people that I didn't know. So just be open to finding something that you can do when you can't do other things. And this is another one that I really like. I think this is number 5. People do favours for you all the time. And remember that you can't always return that favour, but you can pay it forward to somebody else. Years ago, when I was a young mum, I had a next door neighbour who was very kind to me. I had 4 small children. My husband was away every second week, and she was so helpful. And I said to her once, I can never pay you back for all the help you've given me. Again, it makes me emotional. And she said, don't worry. She said, you will find the opportunity to help somebody else down the track. So I've tried to do that. I've tried to remember that when someone does something for me, I can't always return the favour, but I can help somebody else. So I think that's a good one too. And there's Benny, you can see him in the background. And I hope you can see my crabapple. It's just bursting into bud behind me. Yeah, I think this might be 6, but I'll say it anyway. If you have to use mobility aids, don't feel self-conscious, as I did. As again, I would say, we all age at different rates and have different challenges and different failings. Just accept it and get over it. And if you have to use mobility aids, be grateful that there are the aids to help us. Probably 50 years ago, there wasn't as much equipment that could help. So I think that's my second 5 or 6 tips for us aging oldies. I hope you've enjoyed them, and the sunshine that's shining here and the dog running past me. Have a good day.